Everybody, welcome to this segment of AKT Celebrity Reads. I'm your host, Alexis K. Tyler. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. I'm a psychic medium and tarot reader. I speak to those that are physically dead and yet still alive. They're from here to the other side and back and forth to tell us things that they want us to know. I'm dealing with Sheriff Deputy Glenn Hilliard. Hey Sheba baby. Hey everybody. I need my special students and people that love me to please post my Cash App. Please donate, continue to love and support me so I can continue to do the work I do and spread the messages that I spread. Yes, I love you all. I thank you all for loving me and supporting me. I have a special message from Sheriff Deputy Glenn Hilliard. He is the sheriff that was shot a couple of days ago. What in Comico? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Comico, Baltimore, or Comico, Maryland. It's not in Baltimore, but it's in that not like down in the Baltimore area, which I'm telling you is it's very bad in Baltimore. It's very bad in all the major cities. And something else is going on very wrong and very bad. A lot of drug, a lot of sex trafficking, black people killing each other, young black men killing each other, as well as being murdered with a lot of police corruption in the streets and being paid to do that. Thank you, Step Daniel. Greetings, everybody. And I want to talk to the reason he's coming in here. He's been here about 3 or 4 days now. The sheriff, and he's been talking to Nipsey, and he's been talking to my father. Detroit, get your motherfucking ass up. Wake your motherfucking ass up, Motor City. I think that's what the parts of Detroit are called, the Motor City. And what the my father was born there. His mom is from down south. His mom, Eliza May, is buried with him in Detroit. And, that's where Motown, a lot of singers, that was the home, Motown. And it's a very historic place. And a lot of the very powerful singers, not singers, singers, came out of Detroit. And you all better wake your motherfucking ass up because Sheriff Deputy Glenn Hilliard has been here and told me that they're getting ready to destroy. And he was talking to my father about it along with Nipsey. The three of them been in here and said they're going to destroy all the fucking niggas. You better wake your black ass up, goddammit. And I'm showing this Baphomet and this death goddamn statue. Thank you, baby, for posting my Cash App. Because if you look at Detroit, there's a part of Detroit where there has been, in the past few years, erected a big satanic statue and in a part of Detroit. If you don't think I'm telling the truth, well, somebody, one of my lawyer students, and people like to research what I say, and I absolutely love it. And this is all also tied to the Nipsey Hussle, Armius Joseph Ashkadam, Eric Holder trial. We're not going to get it all into that right now. I'm going to come back depending on how much you show me you love me. And because I'm tired and I haven't slept well, like I said, I'm not feeling too good. I'm trying to be strong because I'm dealing with another leak down there in my heating and air unit in my kitchen. Again, it's leaked again. And I spoke to someone and they won't be able to come out for a few days because a lot of people are getting their air conditioning units serviced for the summer. And so it's a backup. It's like a wait. So I'm going to hold on for a few days. And I appreciate, please continue to love me and donate to me so I can get this fixed. Because like I told you earlier, it doesn't make any sense for me to try to up at the last minute and leave. Please get it fixed, baby, because I already have a mold problem in here that's caused me unknown sickness and illness for years, and I didn't know what it was. I felt like it was mold, but my landlord kept saying that I was lying and that I was crazy. You know, joining the club like other people try to say I'm crazy and I got a mental problem that don't even know me, ain't never met me, ain't never been in my house, ain't been around me, to discredit me, to try to stop people from listening to me. Unfortunately, I had these enemies in my family and enemies with an ex-lover who did what he could to try to destroy my reputation and make people not want to talk to me and make men not want to be around me by saying I was mentally ill. Fortunately, he was forced to get a test, and I got a test on my own to confirm from an air quality control company there is mold in here, Aspergillus penicillus. And I have to keep on treating it, but I think the main thing to do and the smart thing for me to do to avoid continuing to get ill or keep an illness that could take my life from me is to repair the leaks since I know he's not going to do it. Repair them and just hang on and build my health. I have to keep it very cold in here. I have the air conditioner on so it can try to dry up the mold spores and keep moisture out of here, even though it's wet in the closet in my kitchen again. Thank God it has not flooded. So I've been working on that and asking the ancestors for protection. So the more you love me and support me to bring you information, because I'm not feeling well, but I'm still have to come to you and speak to you about what's going on, doing my best to stay strong. I don't like being sick. I'm tired of being sick, and I don't like to lay around and mope. So I'm still getting up working. Yes, the health department has been in here and they cited him. Um, that's still kind of ongoing, so I have to check with them. I tried to call them and check with them to see what's going on with my case. I don't know. I'll wait for him to get them to get back in touch with me, and I'll get back in touch with them Monday. So yes, I need you to continue to love me, support me, and donate to me because I'm still working. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Spirit Goddess. Yes, there is a monument of Lucifer erected in Detroit. Glenn, the sheriff Glenn Hilliard is not in Detroit. He's in what Comico, um, Maryland, and he was murdered a few days ago when he was trying to pick up a fugitive who's a robber, and think he had 4 warrants on him. So because he's continued to hang around in here, and he talked with my father, and he talked with Nipsey, and he tied this to the Motor City. He tied this to Detroit, and let me tell you how he tied it to Detroit through water. Lisa Left Eye Lopez is back in here with Dr. Sabi. He's back in here. And for you all that did not watch my first reading on Nipsey Hussle, Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Dr. Sabi were here with Nipsey on my very first reading I did on Nipsey, the day he was assassinated, March 19th, 2019. And Dr. Sabi loves Nipsey and respects him. And Nipsey loves Dr. Sabi. And Lisa Left Eye loves Dr. Sabi. Dr. Sabi loves Lisa Left Eye Lopez. And for some reason, Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Dr. Sabi is also talking about death in the water. I have told you this is the year of the water tiger, and also dealing with China and Asian magic and Asian symbology of horoscopes, symbols, and numerology, and they're tied to business dealings with Nipsey and California, the stock market, the yen, the crash of the American market, the reset. China basically dominates the United States and owns some of the bridges and roads that you drive on that you think belong to the U.S. They belong to China. And Biden is also continuing to help that, make that possible. And Bill Clinton during his administration was also helping to make that possible in his negotiations with China and Asia. And China's dominating the market also with the smuggling of drugs into the United States along with Mexico. And what First Deputy Glenn Hilliard is telling me, the waters and the rivers of Maryland are connected to Detroit and Pennsylvania, going down into several states, even trickling down into Atlanta. He said, and the DC area, Washington, DC, there is death and disease traveling through the water from Maryland, where Deputy Hilliard was shot down, basically ambushed, set up, and murdered. And also the Yellow River, there's suicide, death, and disease in the Yellow River. This first Yellow River that I'm talking about that's coming into the U.S. is the China Yellow River. He said there's a lot of death and disease and destruction, and where people have killed themselves. And the Yellow River in China, and a lot of murdered bodies are in the Yellow River. And then he goes back and tell you motherfuckers to wake your black ass up in goddamn Detroit, where there's a lot of poisoning through the river and through the water system. Y'all better stop drinking that goddamn water. A lot of them children's, black children, that's niggas to them and that's animals to them during this election season, that they have secretly agreed and made a vow. The wise men that are above these systems and a part of these orders that run state and local government, police, and politics have gotten their orders from higher ups to trash the water, destroy the water. Y'all think that shit is over up there in Detroit. He said, now it's going to be another wave of death, disease, disaster, and destruction, and drugs, pharmaceuticals, lead, poisonous chemicals have, and he said, even dealing with big corporations and companies are being deliberately dumped into that water where the children will die, along with the other health issues and the jab and unexplained cancers and diseases coming up with the black people in Detroit. He said, get ready for the ancestors. They're walking through the water. Like Nipsey and Dr. Sebi have said, they're getting up out of the water through the major dams and rivers in Detroit and up in Maryland that move through the different states. He said, and the witches in Pennsylvania and Maryland and in Detroit, the higher ups that you don't know, that you don't see, and the niggas down underneath that are getting paid in the forms of politicians, people that are congressmen that run certain areas, police, are helping to manifest the death, disease, and suicide and the genocide of black people in Detroit. You better wake up, because I see baby coffins coming up out of the ground. I see ancestors, black and Indian ancestors, as well as Latin ancestors raising up out of the ground. And these states, all of these states, but right now in Detroit, that you're not listening. Your black ass is not fucking listening. You better have your insurance policies together, because I see baby coffins, not just baby coffins rising up out of the ground where people have already been physically disembodied, but new baby coffins and new adult policies and funeral homes being involved in this that deal with black people, because they're not going to be able to send them anywhere else unless they're holding them in the morgue, and they have paupers funerals. There's going to be another death wave. There's already a death wave up there. He said, but it's coming in the form of this water. Y'all better stop drinking that goddamn water in them certain states, because he said certain parts of Detroit, wherever them parts are, I don't know all the names right now, but that's what that sheriff is telling me, and he would know because he's a part of the legal system. He told me that he was involved and secret investigations, and he's telling me there's death in the water, suicide in the water, and bodies in different parts of the water. He was secretly investigating. He said he's been looking at this for a long time. He said there's a killer on the loose. There's a white killer, a white man in one area that remind me of Silence of the Lamb. He said the Fed's been watching this motherfucking nigga, this white nigga right here. He said, and there's a black one, several black serial killers that y'all don't know about either, and they connected to prostitutes, picking up black prostitutes and white prostitutes, murdering them, and they have been murdering them for years and hiding them in these houses and dumping them in the water. He says so many dead women's in this water, white and black women. Black women's is missing, he said, in Baltimore, different parts of Baltimore, and in these areas where it's hot spots. And whereas white prostitutes, women, and even some of them ain't. You would think they prostitutes. Girls is missing. White girls is missing. Black women's is missing. He said, and this is also tied up there too. Where is it that R. Kelly come from? Because I seen a white girl come talk to me when I was dealing with the R. Kelly case. What is that place where Ira Kelly is come from? He says tied to that, and his body's missing. Black women's is still missing up there, and white women's is still missing up there. Where Ira Kelly is born at, is that Chicago? Well, Ira Kelly, thank you, baby. Ira Kelly's from. They still, he said, it's tied to mob prostitution and drug dealing and kidnapping and secret organ black market transfer, where they like to deal with eyes and cornea. And that's why I have to come back to and finish dealing with Nipsey and King Von in Atlanta, because he said they took his eyes. And also ties to Trouble, the rapper Trouble. The very first reading I did on King Von, he showed me they was in there and it was tied to Rome, the Vatican, where they took his left eye and they had him programmed. They're creating synthetic, they have a cryo prison for these people, for our folks and our men as well. He said, as the babies and cryo parts. That's why they like abortions. They'll tell you to abort. This particular God here likes the abortions. They're going to encourage this right here, the death. So, because these are very powerful entities, African and Cuban and Latin entities that they give to him, and they use to regenerate themselves and clone people and put them in the cryo prison and create certain parts based on your bloodline and your mixture and your blood type that they like. Thank you, baby, for putting my ketchup here. This is what Glenn Hilliard, Deputy Glenn Hilliard, he said it's been going on for years, because I think he was a policeman in one other jurisdiction, and he said, I think 16 years of service. And he said there's so much racism. I was surprised to watch one of the videos. There are a lot of white people that love him, respect him, and honor him. He said, but secretly there are KKK organizations, racist biking organizations, secret violent crime militia organizations that didn't like him and don't like black people and didn't like him in the force and didn't like him tapping into these, like their firearms and tobacco, their form of FBI, heavily infiltrated and investigating these things, but keeping these things on the low. He was secretly tracking some killers, and they didn't. He said the white people in law enforcement didn't want him to track this and expose them. He said they have secret hit squads and criminals that commit crimes, like this 20-year-old white man that shot him, that's a drug addict and have a lot of mental and emotional problems. They will sick them on certain polices, to kill them, to ambush them in the line of duty, to set their motherfucking ass up. I hate to say this, because I see a lot of white people love this man, Glenn Hilliard. He said, but there are also ones inside the force that didn't like him, that are corrupt and taking payoff, that was double agents and secret agents, and like a certain amount of killing to go on. And even the FBI and profilers in there have been watching certain white men commit these crimes and certain black men, and then they have a copycat on the loose, black men that, see, y'all don't think that black people will do shit like this, and y'all need to wake the fuck up. Some of them are heavily involved, he said, in Baltimore and Washington, D.C. The part connected to Baltimore, that's a part of Washington, D.C. and the congressional districts. Well, they keep these people in tunnels and underground and on standby and pay them to do shit like this in exchange. Allow them to sell drugs, to make money, to infiltrate the community with drugs and murder and mayhem and satanic human sacrifice and sex trafficking of babies and little children. It's the same thing Nipsey was telling me when I told y'all what he said about the Mexican-California pipeline, oil reserves, oil reserve water reserves, contaminating the water in certain areas where black folks live at, and black and browns in California. And they have these people that are tied into drug trafficking, that are secret militias, and go to these camps that learn to shoot down and kill people that are trained by the military and the Navy, Nipsey, NASA, Navy. Those ones of you all have that's followed me for these past few years, where I've told you, he said about Nipsey, NASA, and the Navy and the technology of it. The ones that don't know and how deep Nipsey is and a tech geek and how deep we've gone into the science of this, and the military is tied to the LAPD, the military is tied to secret militias and hit squads inside of the LAPD and racist organizations. He's also told me that there are camps in Mexico that secretly work with LAPD and hit squads and bring them into California and allow them, and they're also connected to the mayor's office and city government and politicians. They run it and control it. They have secret parts of their initiation and their training where they cannibalize on human beings. While they're being trained at the military camps in Mexico, and then they branch off into the streets of LA and put their drugs out and their murder and their hits, they also have no feeling for human beings and no value for human life, because while they're being trained, they have somebody that they bring in there that they're allowed to murder them, cut their chest open, and eat their hearts. They have to cannibalize, or they're not going to do well, and they're not going to graduate from the secret school in Mexico. Thank you, baby, for putting my cash out there. And also down, they said, well, in the School of Americas, that was in some part of Georgia where Aquino was his name. He's coming up to me right now. I don't know if he's still physically alive, but they train him and they have a, you don't believe me, you look it up. The Army had a satanic church and it is legal. And Aquino, his name's Aquino. He's one of the heavy Satanists. He's coming to me right now. Also with Anton LaVey. He is in here. Let me see what happened to me putting it down here. My phone flipped when I started talking about Satanism. There we go. Anton LaVey is in here with Aquino, and this is a part of the United States Army. Secretly, the higher ups with the 5-point star also bow to the Baphomet and the pentagram, and that is also tied into your police, your politician. Not all police are dirty like that. Not all police go along with these things, because as I said, when you look at the news articles on Deputy Glenn Hilliard, a lot of white people are loving him, respecting him, but I'm telling you, he told me that there are secret racist organizations, and there are members of the police organizations and sheriff organizations that are members of these bikers club, the KKK, the secret militia organizations, and the racist organizations that are tied to police, street gangs, and politicians, he said, in that area. And they did not want him to catch these serial killers or expose them. They allow a certain amount of murder and mayhem. And he said, along with Dr. Sabi and Nipsey and my father, that there's death in the water. And my father, again, just like the jeweler, Hutch the jeweler, came to my father a couple of weeks ago and told him to come to Atlanta and tell me that the murder was a setup, and the man they had locked up did not shoot him. That older black man did not shoot him and set him up. That was a patsy. It was another younger. It was two men. I seen them wherever they got him at. There was somebody on the end of the different corners wherever they got him at. They ambushed him in, and there was watchouts and lookouts. There was inside and tied to also some white people and white man that was also involved in the jewelry business, and also a part of one of his other businesses, a business partner with his wife. That's what I told y'all. Well, my daddy's coming again and telling me with Nipsey and the deputy to warn the Motor City, the death, the resurrection of the ancestors again is getting up talking to me at that water, and that water is receding. And the biggest rivers and whatever dam system and water system they have in Detroit has poison in the water, and they're still dumping it in there, and a lot of black people are going to die. I see baby coffins. I also see drug sales in some particular liquid form of lean or cough syrup, another drug. So I wonder, is there a particular form of lean that is popular in a certain area in Detroit, as well as medicines that these babies, these women are giving their children and buying it. You know, I have to be careful what I say about that. And different diseases, jabs, okay? That is also tying into it with chips, electromagnetic chips that are activated through the Hydra, looks like a worm that branches off like a snake, that's got different tentacles, almost like a spider too. A mix between a spider and a snake that opens up in the cell and opens up in the body and becomes a neurotransmitter, electronic transmitter that are connected to towers. And they start communicating with each other, and the whole body DNA shifts. RNA and DNA shifts. The person's not the same. So if that starts happening when people are babies, they're going to grow up and be fucked up. There's going to be a lot of death and disease coming through the water. It's already in the water in Detroit. Death is in the water. Death, disease, and destruction. Y'all better start moving out of those different areas. They want that land anyway. They want to redistribute ownership of the land. This is elections. They want to recut, retie up different streets and different parts of it. It's basically dead, okay? The black people that live in this area that's being poisoned and destroyed, Detroit, it's already death. There's already been a death spell released and regurgitated and recirculated through the water and the water supply and the nasty, dirty, rotten, rusty pipes that's going into certain areas of Detroit. It's already a death trap and a death spell. And the sheriff told me it's moving through different parts of Baltimore, all the way that way. It's Pennsylvania. I forgot the name of it. I gotta look at where the states and city this water branches off into through these rivers. And for him to say Yellow River, I looked it up too. It's a Yellow River Park in Georgia. So I'm sure it's happening in Georgia as well. It's not as pronounced and prolific and all over the news as it is in Detroit. But I think for them to tell me Yellow River, and I looked it up, there's war in the mountains, there's war in the state parks, there's war in the federal parks, there's war underground, there are military bases underground under the federal parks. And these ancestors, the Native Americans, the black ones, the Mexican ones, they getting up, they fighting like hell down there. This is tied to Sirius. This is tied to the other planets, and the red planets, Mars and the god of war from space, and NASA's trying to suppress this and control it. And just like they're putting their space stations up there, trying to start other colonies up there to save their ancestors, to get people in cryo prisons up there, to bring them up there so they can then bring them back to life and regenerate them, and then having the transhuman agenda where they are humans or they look like human bodies, but they clone them and put the chip in the back of their brain. Y'all need to go look at the original Matrix. And the mother of the Matrix, Sophia Stewart, well, a black woman saying she wrote the initial concept and started sending it to famous producers in Hollywood. And even though she had it copyrighted, they stole it from her and made like spin-offs of it and refused to give her credit, stole her rights, refused to give her money. And it's now become a multi-million-dollar empire. Matrix 1, Matrix 2, and Matrix 3. We are in that era right now. So they can take a person, take the body. They cannot completely replace the soul in the body, but they're uploading the memory, creating, you can be white, you can be black, you can be whatever you want to be, but they'll take, if they murdered you or you died, physically died, they would take the essence of you in the brain and the memory and put it on like a cloud or a chip and put it in the base of the brain. If they want you to remember, if they want to keep you or the person wants to stay alive and their body breaks down, they'll just put it like in a sleeve or another body. This stuff is very, very real. Whenever they tell you something years in advance, that means they already have it or they're working on creating it, and they have to let you know. They have to bring your awareness and your attention to it. And it's certain bodies that they like, and melanin beings that they like, and eyes and cortexes of the brain, and blood, certain blood types that they like to vampire on. That's why I was telling people yesterday, oh, people trying to tell me Nipsey and everybody else, they need to go to the light. They need to get out of hell and the memory. No, I would never tell anybody to go to the fucking light because the light is a goddamn trap. And y'all listen to that shit and believe in what people tell y'all that don't look like you and that has the true science and the true knowledge of who you are and what you are. That's why you keep recycling down, reincarnating down lower where you're dominating and controlling and being a slave in this system and being murdered over and over and over, caught in a time warp while they regenerate and reincarnate as leaders, taking the place of your ancestors, putting on their skin and putting on their mask, and you keep being a slave and being poisoned and shot the fuck down, being vampired on and being motherfucking food because you're trying to tell me the knowledge that you were given by somebody that don't even look like you and don't give a fuck about you. And then y'all have nigga motherfuckers that got black skin or brown skin with another race mentality where it's a racist group teaching them to teach you that shit, and you keep getting caught in a time warp and a vicious cycle, dying over and over again. Whereas you physically die, you have the natural power and ability to be resurrected and become God and take on another motherfucking sleeve, your goddamn self, and come back down here and walk around, goddamn it, with your skin and body back put together and regenerate a new flesh body. But they telling you, no, you live once, you die once. No, you're born into this life, you live forever. And you can stay here as long as you want to, like Methuselah and Melchizedek and motherfucking Moses that what lived over 1,000 years. It's a fucking lie. And y'all not gonna come up and keep your stinking nigger-minded ass. The one that think you black and think you a nigger. Keep your stinking nigger-minded ass away from my ass and on my goddamn page trying to tell me I'm wrong, because I used to believe that shit. And then my spirits came and taught me different and let me look at the emerald tablets and show me different. And that ain't finna happen to me. Y'all not finna put that shit on me. And I'm not talking to no goddamn demon when I'm talking to Nipsey and now when I'm talking to, because this man is like a colonel. This man is just not just the police. This man is also high-ranking military. And he knows about all of these things and these ley lines and landlines, police jurisdictions, government jurisdictions, sheriff jurisdictions, FBI, CIA jurisdictions. He said they all work together. Just like this judge I've been talking to out there in LA said that man that they appointed as a judge, I don't know if he's completely black or mixed race or half black. He's definitely boule. He's been put there as a fucking puppet. He does what he tells. He don't run a motherfucking thing. The white ones above him, the white judges and the wise men above him. He is a member, baby. He is an Illuminati member, an illuminated member, a boule member, a part of that secret society. That's why he's a judge. And a very powerful, high-profile celebrity case that's already been thrown and already been rigged. That's why I don't care what you motherfuckers say. That's why we have concrete evidence. Everybody lying, and these were conspiracy theories. You can see Eric Holder right there. You can see the hard evidence, right? The hard evidence of what? I wish Coffee and Kush will do another goddamn show on this, and Kev Gills with his motherfucking bad ass and deep researching ass. Oh, here we go. Steve Coakley just popped up doing this shit too. Easy E popped up doing this shit. Tookie Williams popped up doing this shit. Tupac popped up doing this shit. Biggie popped up doing this shit. Talking about Puffy, dick sucking, selling out, assassinating ass. Because these were all people that were assassinated along with Nipsey and motherfucking LA. From Atlanta to New York to LA. I told y'all that Wendy Williams shit. Reading with the Super Bowl down here in Atlanta that shit was opening up, and they was opening up that motherfucking death pit, and it was getting ready to take hold, and they were going to start shooting rappers in hip-hop. They was real men that was about family and children. It was going to move from Atlanta, New York to LA, and back from LA to New York and Atlanta. And as you can see, the next month they shot Nipsey ass. And then trying to tell you, oh, this is real, this Eric Holder, nobody else was involved. You a motherfucking lie. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. You can look at that tape. You can tell it's rigged. And to this day, where is the tape to the front door of the marathon? And inside the marathon and in the back of it, you can see everything. Oh, I forgot. Cowboy said there was no tape in there. There's no copy, or you can't turn that in. They letting you see what the fuck you want to see. To dot their I's and cross their T's and protect the ones that's the real part of this goddamn conspiracy. Just like I said about the baby mama with the dimples. She feels there's really no reason to fight to uncover the real killers and the conspiracy behind this death. Let's get this money. Let's get this paper. Nipsey's management and everybody that was involved in it, they on a paper chase. That's all she think about. That's all the baby mama think about. Cash, get this money, build it up, make me a star, keep building up my star, get my jobs, get my houses, get my money, get my opportunity. Cause I'm a sacred woman now, goddammit. Cause since this man done fell, I done rose. And since he done physically died, my third eye is open. I'm a sacred woman in this bitch now. Y'all can't fucking tell me that I'm a leader, I'm a healer, I'm a seer. But your eye will close and your eye will blind and you couldn't see a motherfucking thing with your psych ability to warn that man he was gonna get shot down. Oh yeah, because maybe you had an agenda to keep that shit quiet because you know that it was a part of your money train. You know, not to discuss this. You still ain't fucking discuss this shit in public. You only discuss your money. You only show your pictures when it's tied to get this at the marathon, get this Puma #2. That's all these people care about. And they've been ordered to stay the fuck out down now at that goddamn courthouse because that's not a part of your political career. You see that? A lot of these entertainers and actors and dancers pop their fingers, suck dick, and dance around, goddammit, because they get told what you can speak on, what you can be politically active about, and what you cannot. They don't use their power and their celebrity to get in politics to bring about change. They use their celebrity that they are fake giving because they're really not real powerful and special people. They only that when they're appointed to be that, when it could benefit them putting that demonic spirit on the masses to control you and reel you in. Move along now. There's nothing to see to have you looking at what the fuck they want you to see to get you tied up and jump them damn demons on your motherfucking ass by loving them and being dominant, being possessed by them and letting them dominate and control. Them people don't love you. They don't even fucking know you. And all these people you get in love with and think you they friend or they your friend in your damn head won't even see when they see you out of all that money you give them and go to their concerts and shit and love them and support them. If you meet them and tell them you hungry, first of all, they don't know who the fuck you are. You know me. You need to know me and give me your money. Bitch, I don't know you. And if you hungry, they wouldn't even slide you a hot shit sandwich. If somebody shitted on the ground in front of them while you up there begging, they wouldn't take that shit while it's warm, spread it on a goddamn piece of light bread, and give it to you to feed your stinking ass. They don't give a fuck about your motherfucking ass, and you think these people your friend, and they good people, and they know you. These people don't fucking know you, nor they want to know you. They've been sicked on you to put you in a certain arena where they know you're going to find them attractive and like them and teach them how to act and play that game like they such good people and want to offer you a service and entertain you. They really want to entertain you, intertwine you while they release their demons on you to make you a slave and pull your power from being inside, focusing on yourself, to pull it outside where you focusing on them and trying to be them. And they've been given their agenda and they've been told, stay away from this Nipsey trial. You better not speak about it. Tell me you want justice for him. You want to investigate shit on him. Just like Nick Cannon said. Nick Cannon said he was going to jump right into that. And because there's certain things you don't need no family's permission to do. It's certain ways to do biographies and documentaries on people, and you don't have to have their permission. Speaking of that, with Dr. Sabi, he knew he wasn't gonna do that goddamn shit, and he been told, stand your sick nigga ass down before we make you sicker, bitch. Go around here and fuck these bitches and be like you supposed to be with the stereotype of nigga that don't want to be one and don't want to fuck black bitches. Go around here and spread these babies around. That's what good nigga slaves do on the fucking plantation. You better sing, pop your finger on them days you ain't sick and ain't coughing and shit, and spread some dick and spread some love with this calm coming out your ass with the damaged DNA. Spread that shit around. That's what the fuck you gonna do, because you ain't finna stand up time like you finna do some nip shit, a documentary, Dr. Sabi shit. This nigga ain't did it yet, goddammit, and we passed 3 fucking years. And he know that if he do, they gonna jam his ass, nigga. We already got you fucked up. But whatever the fuck this shit is in your goddamn blood, nigga, you know you got to go to our doctor. Fuck up and do and say some shit, nigga, that we done told you cannot say. That's why this is. Just like Nipsey was saying, when you look at these, okay, you don't think it's strange. All these food plants, all these animals falling dead, and all these shootings are taking place simultaneously at the same time in every fucking state in certain days because they're dealing with numerology and astronomy and astrology. He's saying those are paid hit squads dealing with certain police and politicians where they bust them in, drive them in or fly them in, and have different ones to kick that shooting off in the same states to try to make people. It's a problem reaction solution. Y'all need to listen to David Icke. Well, they say he crazy as well when he wrote the Matrix, Children of the Matrix. Y'all need to listen to that because they create a problem, a reaction, and a solution, because this is not, everybody's not going crazy by themselves in these different states. There are different groups and secret organizations that you don't know about that fund them, like George Soros, to go in a certain area, like he funding that fake nigger lives matter, black lives matter, BLM. That shit is a goddamn joke. And these people, not all people are racist, but these people that run this system and multi-billionaires that were born into this Illuminati family to take this system over, they fund that shit to get you looking one way and really so they can go and pass laws like they do right now in another. All those shootings are not natural shootings. They're not homegrown shootings. And you have them also trying to create a race war. They've been trying to do this for years. And it's not working on everybody because a lot of white people don't feel that way. And a lot of so-called black people and people of color do not feel that way. Let's look at, when we're looking at the China River, why it's, oh, yes, say this right quick. Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Dr. Shabe is also saying something about his city. If they still got his city and healing center going on over there with the OSHA and the water and diseases rising up out of the water. He also told me that whoever's around his ownership of his organization or running it, and it's female, is tied to that conscious community and that sacred woman shit. He said it's a Jim Jones, Guyana, drinking the Kool-Aid type of vibe. And a serious occult. They're trying to raise somebody up out of there to be like a powerful cult leader / demonic witchcraft occult leader and raise this energy up in Atlanta, New York, LA, and it's tied to that man's center over there. He said, and diseases and creatures rising up out of the water. There's a demonic dragon type of energy. And when he showed me the judge that runs Nipsey's trial, he said, hungry like a wolf. Again, like that song, Duran Duran, that white group. I love Duran Duran when I was growing up because, I was in school around white people. Hungry like the wolf. He said that judge is Judge Wolf. That judge, he said, you can go behind there because Nipsey's been looking, he's mad. He's looked at his autopsy see, I don't care if they say I'm lying and I'm conspiracy theorist. There's too much stuff I said that was right. Because when I saw that footage and this rigged footage of Eric Holder walking with a shirt off, the nigga is holding 2 guns. A receiver revolver and a black semi-automatic. And I said that shit, that's what it was, 2 guns. But Nipsey told me, and I'm sticking by it, it was 2 shooters. And he said Cabo was involved in it, and it was trick guns. Because you can alternate certain guns. They make all guns like that, where one gun and a bullet in it is compatible to another gun. And he told me that, and something he said Cabo about a 38 or a snub nose 38 revolver, but there's another type of bullet you can put in all those guns. And that police resurrection along with LAPD and sheriffs and snipers was out there, and they was using drones too, police drones and secret drones to fly like homing pigeons with drug details. And they was doing that from the marathon, and also it was Navy and Army, like special forces, military inside the police that was up on them rules. I am not changing anything I said. And I don't care if people say I'm wrong, but my fucking mouth dropped when I'm seeing an image of him. And I don't know if this is completely real, because we saw the real footage and how damaged it is and how we don't have all of it, and it's altered and it's layered so fucking bad. And some of that footage we saw on the internet that they're trying to erase it. You're standing there, Nipsey and them supposedly standing right there at that particular day. I'm not saying that's not him standing there, but we don't know the day and the time that footage was really taken. Somebody rides a bicycle. A nigga is riding a bicycle out the window of the Metro PCS. Now, we know that it's not On the laws of physics, that's not possible. We see trash cans, nigga Eric Holder coming from the back of the store by the barbershop, digging down on the trash can with a gun planted in the fucking trash can. Then we see this white man, and I told you it was white men present. There's still white men that was a hitter and a shooter. There were secret shooters, secret hitters there that you don't see, that you don't know about. Eric Holder is a qualified, bona fide, goddamn drug addict and fucking junkie. They got his ass hiked up on drugs right now, sitting with his eyes bucking. He done got fat. I told y'all some woman he was involved with either is pregnant, or so-called call herself married to him, or is a mother of other children. People have been feeding him, and they've been taking care of the nigga in there. This nigga is a drug addict, and on that goddamn promethazine and on that other shit, they begin that nigga on the low. This man mind is gone. He's basically a Manchurian candidate. This nigga's going down, and they're gonna use him for their purposes. Just like that nigga was hyped up on drugs that day and was MK ultra mind control to go over there and do that bullshit he did. And that time, oh, the girl is not a Hoover. That's a motherfucking lie. That girl is affiliated with them Hoover, trying to say, oh, she just a regular bitch that was driving. They're saying it in court. Them people already have immunity. Cowboy and all the witnesses got immunity that was tied, and them actors tied up in that dirty shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And I don't give a fuck what they say in that court. Y'all stupid as hell. If you sit up there and believe that shit, what people reporting from there, and that everybody out here is lying, and what they said, and they're like the footage is clean, and now all of a sudden it's a piece of this shit where they want to dominate this shit and control this shit for political reasons. They're gonna wrap this up, jam up and jelly tight, and put a fucking bow on that shit and pull that shit in another direction. That's what Nipsey's fucking telling me. And it's disease over there in that water where Dr. Sabi's camp at, and so-called female Jim Jones cult-like figures are trying to raise up out of there, and it's tied to death and disease in that water. And this is tied to death and disease and suicide from that Chinese river over there. So that tells me something connected to the U.S. is coming back over here, and top of that goddamn Wuhan shit, something is finna uptick, and another strain of that goddamn virus finna come up, and you're not gonna be able to control it. For some reason, I see it connected with love and sex and STDs, and my damn friends, them monkeys, is telling me, along with monkeys and snakes. Snake venom, snake virus, and all them monkeys is telling, because the monkeys in that lab. Now, y'all, I don't give a fuck about people laughing at me, because everything I have said, it came true about that shit, tied to also that monkey pot, where the monkey telling me it's not really a monkey pot like they done told y'all, and like what the fuck y'all think. It's a mixture, and it's an alternative genetic disease that they calling monkeypox. That all you gotta do is raise your immune system, high doses of vitamin D, vitamin B complex, vitamin C, detoxing your diet and getting rid of anything in your diet dealing with lead and processed foods, and watching your water. This is what this monkey is telling me, and different other strains of it that's tied to sheep and pig DNA and swine flu, and also tied to this drug. He said, but it's also going back to China. We need to watch China and why that officer that was executed like that. But I'm telling you, he's telling me, okay, that this is tied to it in the waterway systems that's going on over here. So we're going to see something tied popping up again with China, along with the currency and the banks, because that's falling in control. And these women with water in their body, in their womb, and their sex partners, and these babies that they pregnant with, and the children that they have, whatever, certain things I can't say, because they just like they censor. Whenever they censor your video and say we're going to make this for 18 and up, somebody has been flagging my video, trying to get the video taken down and trying to get my channel taken down, and YouTube is going along with the shit. I ain't even bother trying to fight it and appeal the shit, because I already know what's going on. And especially when I looked at the video and the content is about Nipsey's baby mother that I keep implicating in this shit. So I know it's her, it's people associated with her that trying to fucking take me down, that don't want me exposing the goddamn shit. YouTube doesn't automatically just put your video at 18 and older. That means they had an option to flag you or sentence you, like put a strike on you, or take your video down. They decided not to take it down and strike me, but they decided now a lot of people are not going to be able to see it. That's why I put it up in the form so you can see what it is, but now they restricted it. I know what that means. It's people behind my back trying to get rid of me and trying to destroy me, but I ain't worried about it. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And if they take my page down, it won't be the first time they took it down. I have a website, and I'll put it other places. You're still not going to stop me, bitch, and you're still not going to stop me from talking about that shit and exposing what the fuck he tell me to expose. I just found another platform or several other platforms to motherfucking expose this shit on. I knew what the fuck it is when I peeped that. People behind my back trying to fucking destroy me like they always try to fucking do. But I'm standing down on 10 toes until I'm finished with this shit and until the nigga tell me he don't want to talk about this shit no motherfucking more. Thank you for putting my cash up there, donating, subscribing to me. So I'm literally sitting here. I wanted to tell this shit so bad. I'm up. I ain't even got no goddamn clothes on, goddamn it. I had to come naked, goddamn it, because they done shot that man, and that man laying up there damn naked in the morgue, and I cut that fucking man up. And that man telling me it's so much corruption and racism and KKK organizations up there and secret militia organizations up there that don't like black people and want to create a racial war so they can justify shooting black people like they already killing black people on the low and any other minorities that they don't fucking like. And it's going through the police systems and police academy, and it's tied to military. And they're letting just, I hope, I pray, if I'm telling the truth, the bodies start coming up out this water, out these major rivers, big, deep rivers, from where that man was killed there, but then Comico, Maryland, down into Detroit and surrounding cities that connected through that water. He showed me so many dead bodies of white women's and body parts down there where they done chopped up white women's and throwed them down there, and black women where they consider like a crack hole or a black bitch ain't nobody concerned about and don't care and don't love. For some reason, that's also tied up there where R. Kelly come from. Can y'all please look that up and telling me, is black women missing up there, going missing, and they finding them dead in the water or near water somewhere? Because these are serial killers that the police been knowing about, dealing with prostitution, sex trafficking, drug sales, and different forms of mafia and prostitution that they going on. This officer told me to tell his wife, I love you. It was a pleasure to love you. It was easy to love you. It was an honor to love you. And it was an honor that you loved me. My life can never go on without you, and yours will never go on without me. I will always be in your bed. You are my favorite lover. You are my wife, my teacher, my lover, and my best friend, and I am yours. I'm not going anywhere. I will always be with you. I will always be in your bed. I will always be in our house. I will always be around our children. I will love you forever. And I'm out of my body, but I will love you for eternity. I will always belong to you, and you will always belong to me. I never want to see you with another husband and another man. I want you to keep my things as they are. Keep my uniform. Hopefully they will give her that uniform. I wonder, is he also military? Will they give him like a military burial or service? He's a very highly respected and highly decorated man. And I'm sorry, but at this time, I don't have any stories to tell you that this man was dirty and low down and corrupt. I don't see it. He was trying to get a promotion because I used to see powers that be and white men over him that were very powerful, that tied to FBI, even CIA, tobacco, firearms, are the very powerful political institution controlling law and politics. Some of them didn't like him and wanted to secretly get rid of him and didn't want him to have his position and to rise. I hate to say it, but what it looked like, this man was set up to be ambushed by somebody inside of there. And I see some of them sheriffs and high-ranking police, white police is up there speaking out against his death and said that this was not supposed to be like this. And some people in law enforcement are the reason why this man shot him down, because this man had committed so many crimes, and they kept letting that 20-year-old out to commit crimes and had all these warrants out on him. They opened the door for this officer to be shot, but why him? You see what I'm saying? It was no coincidence that they killed him, physically killed him in a line of duty. I don't know where all he was shot at, but I'm wondering about this man bulletproof vest. Did the man where he was shot at in the body, was he wearing his bulletproof vest? Because he's mentioning something to me. about his vest. So I don't know how secure he was, unless they shot him in an area and like the head or face or something where he did not have the vest or didn't have protection on the head or body parts. I haven't gotten into that yet, so maybe you all can tell me when you look at it. What else did he say? Yes, like I'm saying before, if it's not, I don't know all the details of the Detroit water system at this point, but it's also moving down into other parts of Baltimore in the inner city where the niggas at. And where the niggas killing each other, selling drugs to each other, disrespecting each other. It's a real bad child sex trafficking ring. Them niggas got up there for them little black girls and them children's up there in a drug trafficking ring. Real, real bad. I'm seeing, I don't know, I'm getting like like a Jamaican group there. I'm getting a very violent militia group there. I'm getting Mexican and Chinese mob. Another white organization that's a mob as well. And these black people are selling drugs to each other, killing each other, and dominating spots in certain areas of real estate that the police allow them to do that. And they're paid off to do that because they know they have an agenda to destroy those certain areas, to regentrify them anyway, and to send them to prison or to send them to hell. Send them in the morgue, because in many ways, parts of Baltimore, Philly, the tri-states area, and DC is already like a mob. I am getting the spirit of that man. What is that man name? And Perry, the last name Perry. I'm getting the spirit of that man they just killed. That was a heavy sex deviant and drug Alpo. Alpo. His spirit is alive and well, and it's somebody just like him. And his friend Perry, the last name Perry. But they were serial killers together, cutting people's head off and heavy drug sales and bringing death and destruction in every area that they were allowed to dominate and sell drugs, along with bombing. I don't know, some kind of bombing. Finna come up, explosions finna come up, bodies finna come up out the ground and in the water. Again, this stuff is finna come up. You see, I'm getting these people like from these other countries that Biden let come in here, and they all in a city near you, and a lot of strange type of murders and different, deeper, more barbaric type of murders and bomb scares or explosions and things underground and in sewer system and water systems and ports and docks moving into California, Mexico, and these areas I mentioned with all these waterways coming into them. Um, this is really deep and heavy shit that they're bringing in here to me. And thank you, Wayne Perry, baby. That type of energy has never left. And I see, I don't know, were they up there around that D.C., Washington, D.C., and Baltimore, and New York, and Philadelphia, New Jersey? Were they around that area? And like those cities around there or tri-states, because that's where I'm getting that spirit. And this police officer said he was hunting the serial killers, and they were in those areas and showing up in the water. He say from years ago, this is going on like 20 years back, and it's going on right now, but you don't hear it in the media, and the police is not talking about it, and the FBI is not talking about it, and said that some of these people in the police and FBI and Homeland Security is secret pedophiles and allow these secret channels to go through, and the Mexican border, along with the Canadian, he said, and Chinese, and going into Detroit, all down in DC, they allow this thing to go on because some of them have relatives or people that they fucking and gay lovers inside of here. Well, they secretly let that shit pass through in the Hartfield Jackson airport in the city of Atlanta. Lord Jesus, please, Kevin Samuels, don't start this shit again. Please, because y'all done come in here and brought this bullshit and jumped this shit off. And see, when you go back to Young Thug, correct me, am I wrong? Ain't one of Young Thug judges has got the name Wolf in his name? Wolf, Judge Wolf, or some shit like that. There's also a Wolf affiliated with this Eric Holder case, a very powerful white judge, where they got Nipsey autopsy. They got the photos and this shit Nipsey seen and that he mad about. They still lying to y'all about what happened and Eric Holder being the only shooter in this and what is tied to Nipsey murder. People they will never reveal because they have to protect their own polices and their own sheriffs and their own hit squad and the niggas and the Asians and certain Latins that was involved in this goddamn hit. That was a political assassination of Nipsey Hussle and Amius Joseph Ashkadon. It wasn't just a freak accident and a freak murder where Eric Holder come up there in your spot, blow your motherfucking spot up, and nobody in your family, no 60 has a gun, no trick gun, no foul down gun that can't be associated with nobody. Nobody got one. Yes, the fuck they did. It was a lot of guns on that motherfucking property. I'm telling you right now, it was a lot of guns up there and some type of shooting went the fuck off up there. And it wasn't just Eric Holder. Some other shit went on and also some movie shit they was filming over there that goddamn weekend over because they do a lot of filmings over there. And the Crenshaw area, and them niggas did that shit. Them niggas set that shit up and orchestrated. That shit was filmed in different directions across the street and at that gas station right there, on that fence right there, beside that goddamn marathon. And behind there is a white policeman that lived back there behind that marathon that was also a part of that shooting. Somebody else got shot up there. I'm not talking about Carrie Latham and that other person. It was somebody else that got shot up there by that alley and behind there. See. And underground, it's police underground. You can go underground underneath that marathon. I told this in my very first reading. They was hiding up under there. It was white men and white police and detectives that was tied into that. They had shit on some of them goddamn rolling sixes and them all money in members that supposed to be Nip Click and homeboys and childhood friend, and then all of a sudden they don't have this shit. See, I'm gonna stick to what the fuck I have said from day one. Death and destruction and disease is coming to California. It's coming through the water system, the oil, natural gas, electricity, blackouts, and motherfucking pipeline, and up there in the mountains, and with them dick suckers over there in that fucking 60s, and that entertainment industry that fuck with them cheers. And you know what? I'm gonna let y'all tell me. Now, what I don't like, now don't get too happy, bitch. I'm talking about the ones that I am a very humble person. I don't know it all. I don't say I know it all, and I'm willing to be corrected. But whenever I say that and people investigate, then you think you can come up here and fucking talk to me in a kind of way like you better than me or you smarter than me. And in some ways, I'm sure you are. But I'm not a dummy, and you're not going to disrespect me like somebody tried to disrespect me yesterday when I had the live and the altar had a lot of heavy energy where it looked foggy and smoky and said I need to wipe my motherfucking phone like I'm a nasty bitch and my phone is fucking nasty, and it wasn't. And to prove that it wasn't, and it was heavy, intense energy of all the people that were in here, I moved it just a couple of inches over so they could see his tray when I put his meals over there with the black and red and blue, and it was completely clear. Then moved it a few inches back over, and it's foggy as hell. It looks misty, and the candles are off the chain with big flames and big auras and beams coming out of it to prove that my camera wasn't fucking nasty and I have to wipe off the goddamn screen. So don't think that you can come over here and try to disrespect me because I humble myself and I say that I like it when you all investigate what I say to confirm what I say. Don't then think that I'm your child or like I'm some kind of idiot that now you can talk down to me and let all kinds of shit come off of your tongue through your fucking teeth. Because I don't disrespect people. And if you do that, especially when you can't prove what you're fucking saying, like my camera was nasty, you will be blocked out of my motherfucking room. Because I don't disrespect y'all, and I honor y'all and respect you by saying, and I know a lot of you have degrees and more college sense than me. That doesn't mean I'm a dumb bitch. Because you might be smart in one area, but that don't mean that you're smarter than me in every sense. Because I got common sense and I got spiritual gifts. that transcends a fucking degree. Now, yeah, you might have studied a particular degree. All that means that you showed up every day on time and you paid your motherfucking fee to sit in a class and you did the time and you completed the assignments and you got a fucking piece of paper. That's all it means. But I can still see above that and peer deeper into that. But what helps me is when people have degrees and know shit that I don't know about certain area, you educate me and you inform me and know about laws and shit. So you be like, yeah, Alexis, what you're describing is this particular law. This is the name of it and it was enacted. I appreciate that and I allow you to do that. And I really don't see any other reader that would allow you to do that. These people are very arrogant and locked into what they believe and they think they God. What I said is what the fuck I said. What I see is what the fuck I see and that's it. And don't fucking say nothing to me. And they'll block you and erase you. And some of these people are that good. Well, they say what they say and they see what they see, and they don't let you make them waver or they're not open to anything you fucking have to say. Just because I'm open to it doesn't mean that I'm lower and that you can fucking disrespect me. Especially if you can't prove that I'm wrong. And that's why I did what I did yesterday so everybody could see it. I moved the camera a few inches over and you see that it was clear. My screen was clear and it wasn't dirty. And then I moved a couple of inches back over and the altar is off the chain and it looks smoky and fuzzy and like it's fog because it's heavy energies. You're not going to disrespect me. And I'm fucking tired of people thinking you get too comfortable because I'm cool and I'm laid back and I'm humble and you think you can talk to me like I'm a fucking dummy. And I'm not going to take that shit no more. I'm tired of people always wanting to fucking insult me. And I'm not going to have it. It's a shame that I have to do that and cuss you out or block you to let you know that I'm not a dumb idiot just because it's things I admit that I don't know. There's nobody in this planet that knows every fucking thing. Unless you're on top and you're one of the rulers or you work for them and you get the 411 and the 911 that none of us don't know. If you're not up there, you can't tell me anything. You can't tell me that you know every fucking thing. Now, if I was talking to somebody on that level that knows everything, and I do know people like that, but I'm not going to get into that. They don't even treat me like that. And they don't talk to me like that because they know I have a gift. And they still respect me because it's like, how the fuck do you know that? Because we know you're not getting it from people in here. And we know there's no way you can know that shit unless you really have an ability to fucking see things that you ain't got no business fucking seeing and you ain't got no business fucking knowing. So if you're not on that level to tell me things and teach me things, and you still not going to do it to me in public. But most people that I met like that know shit like that, they talk to me confidentially in private, and I would never fucking reveal where or who. I said, can I say this? Can I say that? Yes, you can say this, but you better not fucking say that. And they don't even disrespect me. They admire me because of my abilities, but I still don't really feel like I'm the best at what I do, and I haven't reached my peak at what I do. I'm the first person to put myself down and second guess myself. And that's why I open myself up to people that love me and respect my work to go research it and say, yes, Alexis, it's this, but it's not that. And another thing I hate is when people try to tell me, like several people gonna try to tell me, and you don't fucking know what the fuck you're talking about. Oh, you said FBG Duck. It's mama when you said Mama Duck. No, the fuck I didn't. I wasn't talking about FBG Duck's mother. Young Thug's mother also has a nickname, Mama Duck. And when you get, and she has twins. Her sister, one of her sisters is not her twin, but she has another sister that's a twin of a twin, and one of them died. Just like I said, and there's female sets of twins. I know this because somebody inside confirmed it, and I didn't say that. So if you're going to correct me and you're going to chastise me, please don't try to do that in front of everybody and put a comment down there and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you're talking to me as if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because if I'm going to say something like that, I'm going to check it. And people that know these people a lot of times will come to me and say, no, Alexis, that's not right. But however, this, that, or you are right. And let me describe to you what you're saying and why you're saying it. They don't, like you're trying to make it fit. And it's usually people that say they're psychic. You're a seer and you're psychic too. But you don't know that I do know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I wasn't talking about FBG Duck's mom. Because really, when you think about it, all of us can be called Mama Duck that have had babies. Because that's what a Mama Duck is. A mother of children. Or a duck that's the mother of baby ducks. That's a mom. So if you're really psychic and you can see, then why the fuck then you peer in and know that you were not right, you were wrong, and that I'm not mistaken, you are. See, shit like that, y'all not gonna keep doing. You got one more time. You got one more time to do that on my page without knowing for a fact that I'm wrong and you're right. Because I've seen screenshots where people have sent me from his mom's page where they also call her that. But that's something you don't know. But if you're so fucking psychic and you're not so willing to make me look wrong and that you're above, you know what? Some of y'all readers need to stay the fuck off my page. Because if you're such a reader, I don't have problems with readers and psychics that come on my page. I love it when you come over here, the ones that are respectful and say, Alexis, I read it and I saw exactly what you saw. I saw this, I saw that. I don't have a problem with them. I had a problem with the ones that say, I'm a reader, I see this and I say that, I see that, but you want to discredit me so bad. What you ones that should do, that do that, and I have to come back and say, you a motherfucking lie. I know what I'm talking about. No, I'm not confused. You are. And I didn't say why, but I know somebody that's in their circles that confirmed about the twin thing with Young Thug's mom. She's not the twin directly. I thought the twin energy, one of her sisters is a twin. Okay? And there's other children inside of that family that are twins. Now, if I'm wrong, please just confirm that I'm wrong. But the ones that say you're better than me and you're a psychic like me, and you see what I see, why are you on my page? Because I don't need your correction. Go to your own page and talk your shit on your page. I don't even care if you talk about me. As long because I don't watch you anyway. I only got a couple of psychics that are my favorites. And one of my main psychics I always say is my favorite is Queen Domain, Quetta Dean. That's my baby. I love Quetta. I love Queen's Domain. And she's never disrespected me. I found out about her maybe a year or so ago when somebody sent me her video and said she shouted me out even though she didn't call my name, and was talking about Nipsey and doing a reading on Nipsey. And then I saw her, I said, she's just like me. And when she did Mo 3, that's one of the reasons why I didn't touch Mo 3, because she had a really good handle on that. So I said, I'm going to let her handle that and see where that goes. And she doesn't even disrespect me and do that to me. And I don't disrespect her and get in her business. So if you want to do readings and you want to correct me, I don't really care if you do that. I'm not going to say a thing. I believe in over time. Or if somebody comes to me privately and says, Alexis, I don't mean any harm, but when you said this, that, I know you don't mean any harm to me because you email me in private and I'll come out and correct or whatever. But when somebody says you're a reader like me, you're a seer like me, and you put it in my page, on my show, on my channel, in my comments, it's like you're trying to do something. You're trying to get attention for yourself. You're trying to sell your gifts while you're slick shading me. You say you love me, and then you give me a backhanded comment. However, you don't know what you're talking about this, and that. And you don't know what the fuck I know, and you don't know who I know, because I'm not a bragger, and I don't discuss those things. Just like I've shared, when I was doing R. Kelly and people said I was lying and I was crazy and I was hating on him, I was speaking to Jocelyn Savage's mom and dad, who were here in Atlanta, and they gave me permission to say it in public, but I didn't. I was getting inside information after they heard the readings to contact me after I said it, and after I said I was going to fall, and after I said he was going to jail and he wouldn't get out, and after I said he had herpes, and after I said that she was going to see her daughter again, her daughter was going to get out of there. And that's exactly what happened. And I knew women that had fucked with R. Kelly and that were talking to him and visiting him from Atlanta to Chicago when that was going on, and I didn't say anything. You know, they said I could. I never said it, and some people's names I still haven't said, and I won't. I don't brag about shit like that. So if I say something in public that I don't consciously know, and I believe a spirit is telling me, I put it in public. What happens, I'm sure, which happens with all top psychics that stand out as a medium, somebody will contact them and say, how the fuck did you know this or that? I know him. I'm in that circle. I'm his lover. I'm fucking. I'm sucking dick. Whatever. I know the bitch that's sucking dick. They'll start to tell them things privately, and many of them will brag about it and tell, I'm talking to this person. I'm talking to that. I don't. because I still feel like I'm a baby in this arena. I'm a student in this arena. But again, like I said, just because I'm real humble and I'm willing to listen, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to be corrected, don't think you can disrespect me. And especially on my page and in my comments. Because I don't do it to nobody. And I'm really tired of bitches doing that to me. So if you're psychic, more power to you. I'm not jealous. I'm not going to compete with you. That's why I don't ever go to nobody's page and say, no, you're wrong. It's this, this, and that. I've never fucking done it and I've never will. But if you all feel that you're better than me, you're smarter than me, okay. But just start your own page to counter me and say, Alexa said this, but it's really that. It's okay with me. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to argue with you. Because I don't know what God showed you. I don't know what spirit speak to you. So I never confront people about that. I know how to back up if I don't agree and take my ass in the other direction. But y'all, on the other hand, you like to come over here and stir up shit with me. You like to confront me, and I'm tired of it because I never bother nobody. And y'all gonna stop that shit after the day. Why? Because I'm going to stop it. I'm not gonna let you insult me and say you're better than me and you'll see her too and let that shit sit on my page. Y'all gonna fucking stop playing with me. Now, the ones that love me and respect me, I know that because you donate to me, you help me, and you all go out and do your research and then show me, Alexis, this is this because I got the proof. Bam, here it is. And they'll send me private messages and screenshots. Or show me what it's not. And if it's not that, I'm willing to correct that. Okay? And those are the people that love me and they support me and they believe in me. Everybody got their favorite readers that believe in, and I don't really care about that. I don't care if you watch other people and watch me. It doesn't matter to me. It's all right. Even because people say, I looked at this psychic and I confirmed it. Another psychic that I like is Stone Bella. Bella Stone? I might be saying it wrong. A white lady. She's a bad girl, and she's never disrespected me either. I like her. Who else? I don't watch a lot of them. I don't know. So I can't really say. But one thing I would never do is trash another psychic, a reader, unless you do it to me first. You got to do it to me first because I'm not a jealous person like that. I've just never been a jealous person. And even if I am a jealous person about something or somebody, I go check me because I know that means I need a lot of work or I need to develop myself in certain areas. If somebody got something I want or doing something I want to do, that means I need to tighten me, not attack another woman. That's just never been me, even though I spent my life being attacked. So I'm going to get off of that right now. But I'm really just, it's certain things that I realize. And I'm not mad at the people that have done it. I look at myself because I'm still learning. I'm still healing from a lot of things. And I have to set boundaries. And that's the boundary I'm going to set. Y'all readers are not going to keep coming over here and doing that. It's not a lot of you, but it's a few. And it's a lot of them don't like me reading Nipsey. And they come with the insults. If I don't do it to you, I'm not going to let you do that to me anymore. So I realized that's me. That's my thing. That's my lesson. And I have to stand up for myself and set my boundaries. And you're really disrespectful, not just to me, but to anybody. When you go to their page, I'm this, I'm that, I see this, you don't know what you're talking about. You said you saw it, but the wrong avatar, and the person told, I don't even know what the fucking avatar that you're talking to because I don't talk to an avatar to get my information. They told you wrong. No, that wasn't the wrong information. And no, I wasn't talking about FBG Duck's mom. FBG Duck in Chicago. I wasn't talking about her, and I'm not confused. Actually, I like FBG Duck's mom, Mama Duck, and my heart cries for her. I can't attack her like I've seen other people attack her. That lady's lost several children. How the fuck can I attack somebody whose child went shopping at the Gold Coast, one of the most exclusive white areas in Chicago, and they followed him and shot that boy down, well, over 30, 40 times? That was not her fault. She had no control of that. She was his mom. The fuck can she do about that? I think her other child, she said, died in a fire. All of her children were not killed because of gang violence, but even if they were, it's only so much that lady can do. And she's so strong because she's still here talking and her heart cries and bleeds for them. And FBG Duck, I be seeing him coming here, but I'm going to tell you, to be honest with you, a lot of things he says, And I love him. Why? Because he's a Sagittarius. I know him and Bond didn't like each other. At one part, they grew up around each other and they separated and picked different sides. It's things that FBG Duck says I will not say because he wants me to say them to his mother. And I don't want to hurt his mother. But in ways, he's upset with his mom. But some of that stuff I don't think is his mom's fault. Him being shot is not her fault. The contracts that he signed, if he signed them without her permission and she wasn't around and he didn't deal with his lawyer or somebody told him to sign it, that's not the mom's fault. There's certain things, but it's certain ways he mentioned about his mother. And I don't want to say that because I don't want to look like I'm attacking her and hurting her. I could never do that to somebody that lost her baby like that. And I know she loves him and he loves his mother. And when I see her smile and his smile, he looks like his mom around the mouth and certain areas. That's her baby. I don't know if that was her favorite child. I don't want to say that. But she loves that boy. And that boy loves his mother. And FBG Duck is concerned about the safety of his mother. And he's talking about certain, I will say that a little bit, certain men, certain young men. Some men, and I don't care how you take this, and I could be wrong, and if somebody lets her hear it, or it's fine if she corrects me. I'm not going to say anything to disrespect his mom. I have so much respect for her because of not everything about her life. I don't know everything about this lady's life, but the fact that she's so strong and lost babies, she's in a war zone and she's a female, and this lady's still hanging on and talking. He said there's some men around her that want to have sex with her, like younger men. Some might be his friends or associates. They're sexually attracted to his mom. And some of them are not his friends and they don't mean her well. They're spying on her and connected to certain contracts or record labels that this man was associated in certain gang activity. It wasn't just enemies outside of FBG Duck's gang. They helped to set him up with people from King Bond's gang. It's also people that are not completely loyal to FBG Duck or loyal to Mama Duck and just want some money and fame or keeping paid to keep tabs on her to act like they care about her. I want to get his mom in sexual shit, getting high, drinking, and get them have sex with his mom. However crazy you all are thinking about what I'm saying, that she's an older woman and it's younger men that like her, I am telling you. And one has been in jail or might be in jail, and the gang activity in the jail and outside. I'm telling you what I'm saying. I don't know if Mama Duck knows. But there are younger men that really find this lady attractive. And I can see why. Because of her spirit, her energy. She's got a very down home energy. And she's very friendly and loving and giving. And some men like heavier set women. And because she's an older woman with a lot of life experience and skill, she's a mom, and it's a certain way she has about herself that younger men like, that they cannot get from younger women or their moms. So I know you all are probably thinking that's wild and crazy. I'm willing to be corrected on that. But I'm telling you that FBG Duck is upset about it because he said that he feels like his mom might be in danger around some of these people. She's trying to help them. She's trying to talk to them. She's trying to love them. She's trying to support them. Now, I don't know if his mom has ever been with a younger man, somebody affiliated with the group, or had, they might not be affiliated with the group that was younger. And then I'm like, she's a cooker. So I don't know if FBG Duck's mom can cook. She's a good cook. Or if she's cooked and let some of his friends come around and eat. Or does she still do that now? But she's like a mothering, loving type of energy where a lot of young people are drawn to her. And they love her and they like her. And she doesn't really turn her back on people or judge them, especially if they're young and they're in that. Her heart breaks because they're killing each other. I really see there is a sincerity and a down home kind of comforting energy about Mama Duck, FBG Duck's mom, that pulls you in. And her son is saying, Mom, sometimes because you have a blanket love and a blanket acceptance, you don't see the ones that really not riding for me and not with me. Because he said some people in his clique knew. They knew. Because he had a bad feeling. he's a Sagittarius. So because he's a Sagittarius, he's always deep and he's a philosopher. Somebody was doing him dirty. Somebody was playing both sides. Now, see, three gang members that were supposed to be down with him and had his back, they knew about it and they didn't. They was playing playing with the ops. And if you listen to a song, FBG Duck, even though Bond had turned on him, he tried to warn King Bond and said, they're going to sacrifice your goddamn ass. They're going to sacrifice your motherfucker. I'm going to get off here a minute, babies. I love y'all. Because I know I've been guilty of being like Mama Duck, too, and having a big heart and got set up like that. So I can relate to her heart, and I believe she loves her baby. She didn't want her baby to be shot and killed. I don't see she sacrificed her baby. That lady didn't have nothing to do with that shit. And my heart breaks for her. Because I know that could happen to my son because of his activities and his enemies. And he was almost murdered in 2014. I would never disrespect her. And I mean no harm about anything I say. I can't. Just because of who she is and I see her, that lady's a warrior. She has very powerful warrior spirits on her to go through what she's gone through. And she's very resilient and she's still here trying to talk, trying to love and encourage some young people and help them and keep them from staying out of trouble and stop them from killing themselves. I would never insult her or make fun of her. I can't because I see the real spirits on her, in her, and around her. She really has a lot of power and she really has a lot of spiritual gifts and discernment. They're not all developed, but they're there. I wonder who her mother was and where her mother came from. Because I also see Native energy, Native American and warrior spirits on this woman and what she's having to relive and go through karma. It's also tied to her mother and father and grandmother. Very powerful woman. Because a lot of women would have been dead or drug addicts would have killed themselves behind what this lady has gone through and still having hope and love for her people and for that generation. And I'm also here to say the spirit said that was with FBG Duck, they're already dead. Chicago, there's so much corruption, also pollution in the water and crime underneath. And with the mayor up there and that damn dog, Henry, or whatever the fuck his name is, who don't like his mama. He don't like the goddamn mayor. That's his fucking mama, man. He said that lady's so corrupt and a dirty politician that got her hands tied into crime and theft and money laundering and pretending to be one way and really a motherfucking another and got an issue with them polices over there. Some of them finna get hit off again up there. She let that shit go on and a part of that shit because she part of the elite. She part of the goddamn boule. That's don't get it twisted. That lady got a big dick. You know what I'm saying? That lady be pimping and wearing them nigga shoes, them pimp shoes, and them nigga clothes. You know what I'm saying? I told that whole like, boom. The bitch is serious about that shit. And corrupt as hell. And tied to organized crime organizations and politicians above her that really run Chicago, goddammit. Chicago is split. There's a nigga side and a fucking white high-ranking political elite side, and she's one of the flunkies. And the goddamn dummies over there, cause her dog told me with his stinking looking curly face ass. Look, I love y'all. I support y'all. Goddamn it, what that dog named Henry? They need to let Henry run for politics. Goddamn it, cause he know all her motherfucking business. That lady be getting drunk and be leaning. Goddamn it, to one side talking shit, pimping. Goddamn it. I'm gonna leave Henry alone with his shit face ass, cause like he got that hair and that like she gonna shade that dog face. He got a goatee around his face, look like shit around his mouth. You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone cause Henry's my buddy, goddammit. Henry my buddy, it's supposed to be some more fucked up shit and a hot summer, a cruel summer. A cruel summer. I'm seeing Jupiter and I'm seeing Sirius star. Where that shit finna come down and Mars, the god of war, and thunder down on that motherfucker. Oh, that would be the same place, wouldn't it, where I said R. Kelly came from? Just might not the same side of town. Is that Chicago? It's finna rain down on it. This bitch dirty as hell. That mayor dirty as Lori Lightfoot, goddammit. Lightfoot. I see all these different documents on the low. She done signed. She two-faced it. She got her foot in different camps, and Rahm Emanuel names is coming up with the shit. She's selling niggas out every day, and she's, don't get it twisted, baby, because that motherfucker right there, I told y'all that motherfucker wear them pimp shoes and them nigga clothes and shoes, have her hair cut and a nigga hairstyle and a nigga afro, and get in them bitches' face like she was up there in a bitch about 10 times bigger than her. They were up there arguing with little shit. She was up in that bitch face like, bitch, didn't I tell you? I mean, it's like, boom, bitch. It's like, yo, and we'll attack that fucking bitch. Fight that bitch. She got that real strong bulldog spirit. That's not a lipstick lab when I'm talking about. This is a real nigga in disguise. Got that nigga, this bitch walk with that limb. I'm a real tight undercover pimp. I run these hoes and walk with a limb. All she needs is her cane and that damn player's ball pimp hat cocked over. And you get that Lori or goddamn Lawrence Lightfoot, goddamn it. The dog told me, goddamn it. She need to use some Miss Clairol and dye that dog hair around that mouth. Because I don't know if he been eating out a nigga ass or what. It just looks kind of nasty on the dog mouth. Henry, or is it dog named Hank? Because this nigga, I'm like Hank Aaron or something. Because this nigga is a slugger, goddammit. This nigga sit up there and argue with her and fight with her and or whoop her ass if she gone to goddamn. Because he get tired of her. Now her white husband, goddammit. He don't really have no problem with the white husband because the husband kind of bow down and kind of go along with goddamn Mr. Lightfoot, goddamn it, in this bitch. Because shit, Lord might whoop her damn ass, goddamn it. So she knows she only taking politically control that shit from the Rainbow Coalition on the other side under the goddamn agent. But then, you know, man, look, why am I on this subject? Oh, I guess I am because she up there in Chicago when I'm telling you with Mama Duck is dead. Mama Duck is not going to win this trying to talk to these people. They already got that shit on lock. They finna kill them and lock them niggas up and make them kill themselves. It been be some more police corruption, police shootout, and them niggas is tired of it. It's going to be a real hot summer. And Lori Lightfoot is over that shit and officiating that shit, goddammit. She needs to stop. Well, I mean, she basically look like an old pimping ass nigga. I don't know. Maybe somebody need to style her. Maybe she won't listen to something. If they style it, it's just going to be a updated version. I mean, you know what I'm saying, of that pimping. Like that Pimp C. I don't, you know, she might come out here and when it get cold and shit, pimping with that hat on, that fur hat on, and that fur coat with that cane, goddamn, because this motherfucker's a real live undercover pimp. Y'all think I'm playing? She know about the prostitution. She know about the gang banging. She know about the gun shit on them trains. She know about them different assault rifles coming in there and that little trigger click thing that you put on there, turning a regular gun into a motherfucking automatic goddamn gun that can shoot a whole bunch of rounds in a matter of seconds. She know about that and let that shit go. Really, she can't control it. People above her tell her what to do. She get her orders, but the thing is, this lady's corrupt. Excuse me, she is goddamn corrupted, goddamn it, because she likes to get her little drink and wine and shit and fuck a bit. You know, man, let me get out that lady business. I'm not listening to that dog Hank or Henry or Harold no more. Says she like dark cut, dirt cut. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, she's switch hit. She already got a hit list for different black motherfuckers she finna get rid of on that council anyway. I think somebody might be running against her. I don't know whether it's a Hispanic person, white person. I don't know when the election for mayor coming up. But it might be a heated little thing unless this bitch pay somebody to flip that shit or off it because this motherfucker's a gangster. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm not. Laurie is a Laurie / Lawrence Liquor, whatever you want to call it. This is an undercover gangster. This motherfucker ain't got no feelings for no niggas really. And she'll have a meeting with the gang leaders up there that against each other. Look, this is, you're going to have this territory. You're going to do this, goddammit. And you're going to do that. And you're going to hit this motherfucker right here and keep this good shit going. And she running, spreading her fingers out and running them back and forth over a map in a certain area. You know what? I'm finna get out that lady business because I don't need no more problem. I'm finna over here and have me a little light lunch over here. I don't hear the lunch truck outside. I don't know if y'all don't send me no donation for me to have me some hot lunch over here. I don't know. They might be the Meal on Wheel for senior might be off this weekend. I don't know if they run on Saturday and Sunday. Goddamn it. So I need y'all to look out for me. Goddamn it. If y'all want me to come back and tell y'all some more shit that I got to goddamn say, because it's a hot weekend. It's Father's Day weekend, goddamn it. And I know that explained it, yeah, that Black Sam looking and sounding like his goddamn brother. His brother's all on him. When I was watching that, the commercial, he was talking about his death, and he started crying. Remember, I told you that man just be crying and hurting. And when I see he said, I love you, bro. I love you, bro. Please let him know I love him. I'm on him. I'm with him. I'm so proud of him and keeping everything going. I'm with you. I love you. When I was little, he just saying, I love you. I love you. I love you, bro. I love you. He just kept saying he loved him, bro. And I was like, I can't take this because I'm about to cry. And I said, damn, I wasn't crazy. I went wrong. He said how he just be breaking down, thinking about his brother. He's like, I love you. I love you. I'm with you. I'm there with you all the time. I love you. Tell everybody I love them. My grandma, I love them. My dad, I love them. My children, I love them. I love you, bro. I love you. I'm with you. I love you too. I miss you, bro. And I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't. It's gonna be like this forever. As long as Black Sam lives, he's never gonna get over this. He miss him and love him. He there. I'm proud of the opening. I know it was new construction. I kept seeing Three of Pentacles working on that, and basically the baby mama just basically looking at that as a guarantee of opportunities of always having her hand in that man pocket because of the child. Until the child gets a certain age, they love the children. Like he said, they're gonna always take care of the children. But Sam is a diplomat. So he's not gonna tell you the shit going on behind the scenes and how he really fucking feel about a lot of this shit. But I will. And I don't want to cry. I ain't 8. I just want to tell y'all and I want to honor the sheriff who told me to warn them in Detroit. Y'all better get out of those areas. You better move. You better go somewhere. In that area where black people are and where they're poison, they're driving that stuff in that water to a certain side of town to kill niggas. He also showed me FEMA camps and FEMA coffins, like concentration camps and like jails. If they don't kill them, if they get really sick and come, they're going to quarantine them to die. And that sheriff said that that's happening right now. It hasn't stopped. And you're going to, the children, he kept talking about children and death in the water. I love you all. I'll be back soon.